percentage of Germany was Jewish when the Nazis came to power?
It might surprise you that it was less than 1%, as this creator says. But I have another percentage question about the Holocaust that might surprise you too. What percentage of Holocaust victims were from Germany? The answer is about 3% or less, which means, of course, that 97% of Jews murdered in the Holocaust were not from Germany, but from other countries. However, the way that we learn about the Holocaust, especially in the West, is through the German lens. Meaning, we learn about the progression of the persecution of Jews in Germany starting in the 1930s. For example, with the Nazi boycotts of Jewish shops in 1933, with the Nuremberg laws of 1935, with the Night of Broken Glass in 1938, with the law about the Yellow Star, and many other laws designed to exclude, exploit, expropriate, or expel. But if 97% of Holocaust victims were not from Germany, seeing the Holocaust through the German perspective tells you only a part of the story. Or stories, I should say, as the Holocaust is not one singular event. Not only does each individual have a unique experience, of course, but the way the Holocaust progressed in different countries like Poland or Ukraine or France or Hungary happened very differently. So this 97%, where did they come from? Countries all across Europe, of course, but 3/4 or more came from just two countries, Poland and the Soviet Union. Inside the Soviet Union, most victims came from Belarus, Ukraine, Lithuania, and a small part of Western Russia. And following the Soviet Union comes Hungary and Romania with the third and fourth most Jewish victims. Which means that the Holocaust primarily happened in Central and Eastern Europe, which is something that you may have never considered. The image most people have of the Holocaust is Auschwitz. But more than 80% of Holocaust victims did not die at Auschwitz, but somewhere else. Most Holocaust victims died east of Auschwitz. And many of those places are not nearly as well known as Auschwitz. Places like Treblinka, Belzec, Sobibor, Chełmno, Majdanek, Mali Trostenets, Rumbula, Babin Yar. How many of those names have you ever heard before? Finally, not only did the Holocaust happen primarily in Eastern Europe, but it also started in Eastern Europe. Systematic mass killing of Jewish people did not begin in Germany, but in the Soviet Union in 1941. And it did not begin with gas, but with bullets, when the Einsatzgruppen shot well over 1 million Jews at mass executions at places like Babin Yar or Rumbula. And by mid-February 1943, there were still well over 10,000 Jews in Berlin doing forced labor. They would be deported a couple weeks later, but by that point, already about 80% of all Jews killed in the Holocaust had already been murdered. So in general, the Holocaust really progressed from east to west. I've spent a lot of time reading about and studying the Holocaust, both in the US and here in Berlin, and I'm still reading and learning about it. And in the future, I could make some videos sharing some of the things I've learned, talking about misconceptions and educating people about the history of the Holocaust, but I'm not sure how well this is going to work out on this app. And I don't know how many people are interested in this. And if you are interested, please let me know. And finally, check out this video that I stitched, because this creator is making a point that's very different from mine, and it's very relevant for us today.